Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. So I got a call from one of the neighbors the other day. They had some tree service work done and they dropped about 20 trees on their property, and they know that we have a sawmill and wanted us to come over, take a look at them to see if we could use them for the sawmill because they weren't going to do anything with them. They're just going to lay there and rot. So I went over there yesterday, and out of the 20 trees, I think probably about 18 of them are nothing more than firewood. But there was 2 logs over there that I'm pretty interested in. They are pine, so we'll be able to use them for siding on the inside of the garage. And I stepped it off. It looks like they're gonna be about 7 10-foot logs I'll be able to get out of those 2 trees. And then while we're there, we'll help them clean up a little bit and grab some firewood poles too. So we're gonna load up the tractor here in the dump trailer, grab the chainsaws, go over there, get them limbed up, cut to length, and bring them back home. Now that we got the tractor unloaded, I'll give you guys a lay of the land and show you what we're after here. So pretty easy access actually. So the driveway's down there. We got the truck and the trailer parked. The tractor's just going to come right up here, and we've got a nice little gentle slope coming up to these 2 pine logs. And I'm going to have my hands full with limbing these things. I can't believe how many limbs are on these pine trees. Absolutely nothing like the hardwoods I'm used to seeing. So this is going to be quite a job just to get this thing limbed up. But you can see, not the biggest pine logs in the world, but that's actually good because getting the excavator here would have been a lot more difficult. And logs this size and 10-foot form, the tractor will be able to handle and load into the dump trailer, no problem. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the chainsaw out and start limbing this up. So for those of you guys who saw the video where we got the new Stihl MS400, I mentioned in that video that I might be selling my other saws, and I did. So right now the only saws that I have are this MS400, and I kept our Toro battery powered saw, and I like using that for limbing wood. So I actually brought both saws with me today. I'm going to use the Toro battery powered saw for getting all those limbs off, and then I'll use the MS400 for cutting the logs down to length. The reason I like using the battery powered saw is when you get tired and you want to stop and take a quick break, catch your breath, just let off the trigger and you're not making noise anymore. And with a gas powered saw, you either let it running or you gotta turn it off and then restart it, and it's just a lot easier to start and stop by pulling the trigger than having to start and stop by pulling the pull cord. Here's a look at that Toro battery powered saw. Now I don't have a full battery on this. It only has about 3 out of 4 bars, but from what I've seen, the battery lasts pretty long on these things, so I think I should be able to limb up those 2 logs, no problem. The one downside to this saw, I will say, is it leaks a lot of bar oil when you're not using it. I'm sure there's a set screw somewhere that I could adjust that and tighten it up so it doesn't leak when you're not using it. But yeah, if I don't use this thing for 3 months and it has a full tank of oil, by the time I go to use it again, the oil tank will be empty like it was just now. All right, let's get after it. Oh yeah, I forgot another reason I like using the battery powered saw. I don't need these. look who decided to show up after I got the first log pretty much all done. Neighbor dog, One Eye Custom. All right, time to let the big dog eat. Oh, I knew there was a reason I invited Doug over here. He was just playing around with his hatchet, peeling some bark off of this tree. And look what he found. Nice piece of metal in this butt log here. And that cost me about 40 bucks on the sawmill there. That's about what those blades are running. So I don't know what we're going to do with this log here. Unfortunately, it's the butt log. It's the biggest, the nicest log. We still have 3 more up here, but they're all smaller. So 1, 2, 3. And then we got to go ahead and get this one cut up. So I think we'll probably still take it home and maybe mark that with some spray paint so we see it and we know what to look for if we do decide to throw it on the mill, or maybe just cut this up for some campfire wood since it is pine. Well, there we go, guys. We got all the logs back home, 1 on the mill and 6 staged and ready to go after the first one gets cut. And I kind of surprised myself at the beginning of this video when I said I thought there'd be 7 logs over there. Pretty much spot on. You can see we did have to cut a little bit off of this log because of that nail that was in it, and that'll just go for firewood. But yeah, I'm not a logger, and but I am starting to develop a little bit of an eye for being able to estimate how many saw logs are going to be in a given length of a tree. But to tell you what, these are going to make some beautiful lumber for the inside of the garage. If you guys remember, we already got started on this a little bit ago, a couple videos ago. Right here underneath this tarp, we milled about, I think it was 50 1x6 by 10 footers. And then under this blue tarp over here, we had some 1x6 by 7 footers. So I'll use those shorter lengths for underneath the windows and over top of the window, so I don't have to cut these full length pieces down. But yeah, really looking forward to getting the rest of these milled up, getting this lumber dried, and then start working on that project and hanging these pine boards on the inside of the garage. It's gonna really spruce up that workshop. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna about wrap this one up. Huge thank you to neighbor Bob for hooking us up with the logs. And as always, huge thanks to neighbor Doug for coming out and hanging out with us. You know, I enjoy doing this kind of stuff by myself, but it makes it that much better when you got a buddy out there with you. If you guys enjoyed this one, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button. We'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.